We're here today discussing a very, very serious change to the Kentucky Constitution. And we have heard the reasons for that testimony, or the reason for that change in testimony today, are because of unlimited risk and sky-high insurance. But we've been quoted no rates. We've been quoted no comparisons. In fact, we were told by the chairman of the Chamber of Commerce that companies go and say we have to settle because there's a risk there could be a verdict against us. Not from a frivolous lawsuit, but because they did something wrong, because they hurt someone. We've heard testimony today about these things that businesses need and want. In Kansas City, Missouri last year, a 10-year-old boy was decapitated going down a water slide. The water slide had been held to be unsafe. They knew the problems that existed in the water slide. Because of the damages in Kansas, that boy's family was limited to $300,000 of non-economic damages, a bill his father, a Republican lawmaker in the state of Kansas, had voted in favor of. Not surprisingly, after he was able to put himself in someone else's shoes, he realized the problem with that law. Recently, we had someone cross the median in a semi-truck in Kentucky, high on OxyContin, killing many members of a family and severely injuring a 5-year-old little girl who had to spend the next year of her life receiving spinal surgeries in Children's Hospital. You've testified in front of us today about the businesses that need this for their insurance. When those families are in those hospitals and those funeral homes, will you go testify in front of them and tell them that the reason we need this is because businesses didn't want to have a risk in a lawsuit? It's a question.
For me? I testified to the nature of Kentucky's economy and a significant risk to that economy, not just businesses, but proprietors. I mentioned my daughter, people who are being forced to other states. So yes, you've editorialized eloquently about some of the issues that courts have to deal with. But I would stand by everything I said, that this is a significant barrier to economic growth. We could also talk about an individual today who hopes to have a better future by having a better job and a better paycheck. Those are issues for Kentuckians also. So thank you for your comments. But yes, I stand by my testimony.
We all want a better Kentucky. We want a better economy. We want better jobs. But we need to do it in a way that doesn't hurt real people every day in meaningful ways. And I would suggest that we've been offered no evidence that insurance rates will go down. In fact, you're not required to have commercial insurance if you're a business in Kentucky for this type of general liability. And I think that this makes a severe and permanent change that is a one-size-fits-none approach and doesn't actually get at the problem of what you all say is frivolous lawsuits. The frivolous lawsuits will go on. These are for big verdict lawsuits for people who have been seriously injured. And because of that, I think it could have catastrophic consequences.
Chair will recognize Senator Thayer for question or comment.